Nerd alert. Nerd alert. Hey guys, this is Damien for DSLR Nerd. It has been a while since I've made a fresh video. I apologize. Work and freelance and family have just got me all tied up lately. Definitely will try to do more videos and get more content on the site for you. So tonight I want to do a laptop unboxing and review. This is the Lenovo Yoga 3, a 2-in-1 14-inch touchscreen laptop. Got an Intel Core i5 at 2.2 gigahertz and 8 gigs of memory, a 256 gigabyte solid state drive, which is very impressive. It's 3.5 pounds, 3.52 pounds, 14-inch screen, wireless AC, got one HDMI output, Intel HD 5500 graphics. It's got max audio. It's got 8 gigabytes of DDR3. I don't think it's expandable. This thing is so thin, everything's soldered to the motherboard. The memory, the battery. You can't replace the battery on it unless you send the whole laptop in. It does have a touchscreen, and it is a 2-in-1, as I mentioned, so you can use it as a laptop or a tablet. And the screen resolution is 1920 by 1280. It's got 3 USB ports. One of them is a combo power port though. I was planning on getting the Asus 2-in-1 that was on sale at Best Buy for $700. I just didn't like the hinge of the Asus. I was touching the screen, and the hinge and the screen was going as I was touching it. And yeah, it was probably a floor model at Best Buy, and a lot of people were probably touching it and wiggling on it, but the hinge just didn't feel solid at all. And I'm a big Asus fan. I've been building systems with Asus for a long time, and I'm a real big Asus fan. It's just the fact that the hinge was so kind of flimsy and wobbly on the Asus led me away from that. I did also look at a Dell. The Dell was about $850. Both the Asus and the Dell had regular platter hard drives in them. The Lenovo had the SSD, and from upgrading to SSD both on my desktop and buying a Razer Blade this year, which I will finish the review on soon, I definitely love the speed of SSD. Once you go SSD, you never go back. So anyway, without further ado, let's do an unboxing of this, and I'll give you my feelings on it over the couple of days I've been playing with it. I got to give it back to my in-laws tomorrow. Alright, let's do the unboxing. Packaging is pretty small, as you can see. Shanghai SG Packaging Company. Interesting. I thought Lenovo was IBM, and apparently it's all made in Shanghai now. Voice software, Dragon Assist. Interesting. I guess it comes with voice software. Let's open this up. I have opened this already, so this is not virgin opening. Not much on the way of manuals. You get a couple of little pieces of paper here. This is the support list for Lenovo in all the different countries. It's pretty much where to send it, the address, or just the phone number then of different countries. You get a little basic startup guide, safety warranty and setup guide, what everything is. There is a PDF manual kind of built into the desktop once you get in there, so I'll show you that. Packaging looks pretty good. Got 3 pieces of nice steady recycled foam. I think the whole box is built with recycled paperboard, so that's pretty good. Let's start with this little guy on the side here. Not much in there. That's pretty much it. Look at this power supply, how small it is. Isn't that crazy? The power supply looks like the ones you get with your iPhone. It does have a USB plug, which is strange. So basically your power supply here, one end of it is a USB and the other end of it is a funky utilitarian USB, and I'll show you where that plugs into in a minute. So the laptop's nice and light and thin. Comes in this little protective sleeve. And here it is. This is a fingerprint magnet, pretty much. I don't know why they just make laptops out of materials where you have to constantly wipe them down, but I've kind of gotten most of them off of this. As I said, there's no removable battery port. In fact, you know what, I just realized that there's no removable anything port. You probably would be able to upgrade, what would you be able to upgrade on this? The hard drive maybe? I'm guessing. I want to bet that the 8 gigs of RAM's hard soldered to the motherboard. The battery's hard soldered to the motherboard. I don't know 100% for sure, but I'm willing to guess based on research I did recently that you can probably get in there and pull the 256 gig hard drive out. So it does come with a little bit of a protective cloth over the screen. You can see how incredibly glossy that that screen is. I don't know why they can't make them matte so they don't show your fingerprints. You can probably see there's a few fingerprints on the screen from me using it the other day. Let's show it to you again closed. You can see how thin it is. Pretty nice and thin. One side of it you have an SD card reader, headphone jack, USB 3, and there's the power jack. See, it's got the funky notch on one side of it. The other side has another USB, a little HDMI port. Kind of interesting that they've got a little HDMI in there. Up and down volume button, and a mute. What would that be? That's the power button right there, a little small. You will note it's a micro USB port. Let's open this back up again. I do like the look of this. I question the metallic hinges, the chrome looking hinges. I'm not really loving that, but they are super solid. This hinge is really tight and really nice. I feel the quality in this so much better than I did with the Asus 2-in-1 that I looked at. So being a 2-in-1, I'll show this in a minute. You can use it like a laptop. You can get something on the screen and kind of prop it up like a tent so you can watch it, or you can continue this all the way around and use it like a tablet. Once you do, the keyboard shuts off. It'd be nice if there was some kind of plastic cover you could put on the bottom of this so you wouldn't have keys and tracking pad touching your lap, but what are you going to do? It would be kind of nice if these guys included something like that. You could just sort of slip over it. I do really like the quality of this build. Let's show you with SSD how long it takes you to turn it on. Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Well, about what, 4 and change. As I said, it's a touchscreen. You can launch your apps. They launch pretty quick. Core i5, 256 gigabyte SSD hard drive, 2.2 gigahertz processor speed. Harmony seems to show you what's trending, let you load some apps and such. This is kind of interesting. How I use my yoga over here, it says world average. Most people, 81% use it as a laptop and 13% use it as a tablet. 1% do a tent like I showed you, and 5% nearly closed. I don't get what that means. I guess that means you plug an external monitor in it and you probably close it down just enough that you can use the keyboard but not really look at the screen. Of course, if you need a keyboard when you're on the touch screen, you can just hit the keyboard. You can split the keyboard like this, so on a tablet you can type with your thumbs. So let's flip this around. Pretend I have a tablet here. See the Did I hit the power button? Maybe I did. I hate this power button on the side. I think it's just a stupid location for it, because as I'm holding this thing like a tablet, it's pretty easy to touch that. They don't put latches on laptops anymore, but given that you fold this back around and use it like a tablet, I guess I kind of wish that it would latch. Did I just turn it off again? See that? I just turned it off again. The power button is pretty much the only thing that sticks up. There's a volume button there, but there's a power button sticks out just a little bit on that side. So twice now I've set this down on a table and turned it off. Dumb. They should have made it a bit recessed so that you could set this down on a table without turning your laptop off. Okay, now we're reorienting to the way I have it turned, as you can see. Now we're going to behave? Yes, we are. Okay, so turn it like that. It takes a second and turns it. So it should be doing that with my operating system as well. So there it is with my Windows taskbar on the bottom. And there it is. It's turned itself again. It does have a little web camera at the top, which is nice. Got a couple of speakers, microphone slots at the bottom. This is 3.5 pounds. So it's definitely much heavier than just your iPad or your Android tablet. But you know, you've got the flexibility of being able to turn your laptop into a tablet if you just want to touch. It's just a well-made machine. I really like the feel and quality of it. Battery level, I like, shows you the percentage of how much battery is left. I haven't really encountered a lot of bloatware. Pretty much just McAfee being a pest. Can't really hear the fan on it very much, but I can almost not hear the fan blowing on it. Really super quiet fan. Let's talk about the keyboard for a second. No flex at all. It's a really solid build. This is brushed aluminum. One of the things I don't like here is that there is a airplane mode button. Once you hit the airplane mode on, it shuts you off the internet. So hopefully you can get in and disable that airplane mode button somehow, because I just know my in-laws are going to hit that and be like, can't get on the internet. The trackpad's nice. So 2-finger swipe, you can pinch, I believe, pinch to zoom. The trackpad has corners that press as the left and right button. They got nice snappy press to them. You know, they're decent. I think the trackpad feels pretty good. I haven't had any problems with any kind of shifting or whatnot. The keys are backlit. They have a really nice white edge all the way around them, which is illuminated. I'm not going to turn all my lights off to show you right now, but definitely very nice backlighting on the keys. One other complaint I have, I guess, is there's a full shift key on the left. There's a little mini shift key on the right. Found myself missing it a little bit. I think I would have preferred a smaller up, down, left, and right number key in order to get a full shift key in there. I definitely recommend this little Ultrabook. I think it's nice and fast with the SSD in there. My real big complaint is the location of the power button. I think is stupidly ridiculous. The other thing I don't totally love is this weird USB charger that has a regular USB and a funky cornered USB on one end. I assume that USB, since it said it had 3, so you can plug a regular USB into that. I assume all of them act as USB 3. So that's a regular USB going into that power jack. But then you take the funky cornered one and plug that in there, and plug the other end of the USB in there, and that's how you charge this. So, yeah, interesting. I'm not hating it. I mean, who would hate a tiny little, you see the size of this? Who would hate on a tiny little power jack? Yeah, interesting. I'm not hating it. I mean, who would hate a tiny little, you see the size of this? Who would hate on a tiny little power jack the size of that? I have to say that's pretty cool. I like the idea of putting the power button on the side of the laptop. I just don't like that it sticks out a little bit, and I turned it off a couple of times by holding it on its edge on the table. I wish it had a recessed power button that you had to kind of get in there with your finger a little bit to turn it on. I don't like that they have an airplane mode button. I think that's just going to really confuse some of your older generation who are suddenly not going to be able to get on the internet and not be able to figure out why. Love the keyboard. The backlighting's great on the keyboard. The trackpad's excellent. The touch screen's really nice. Wish it was matte instead of glossy, but you know, get yourself a couple of microfiber cloths because you're going to be using them quite frequently with this laptop. Battery life is supposed to be 6 hours to start. I saw one review that they complained that after a year they only got 2 hours of battery life, but hey, that's all laptops, man. You probably left it charged 24 hours a day and don't understand why your battery's now less than capacity. That is another gripe then, is the battery is soldered onto the motherboard, so if you want a new one, you got to send the whole laptop in. So it's not a bad idea to get the external warranty, I think, on this. It was pretty expensive. As I said, this laptop was $890 at Best Buy. Then you add in 50 some dollars worth of tax and another $250 for 2 years of complete protection on this laptop. It came out to be close to 1,200 bucks. But I think it's a really nice laptop. I really, definitely for what my in-laws are going to be using it for, which is, you know, surfing the net, watching videos, and typing some letters to people and emails. I think it's probably I'd say it's more than what they need, but I wanted to get them a good solid 2-in-1 that they would enjoy, and a brand that was hopefully going to last them a little bit longer than the Sony that they had before. This is Damien for DSLR Nerd. Please subscribe to my channel. Please come and check out my blog and forum at dslrnerd.com. And as always, thank you for watching. So anything I type is pulling up all kinds of like short keys. I don't know what kind of thing I'm in.
Box.
I'm gonna have to just
search everywhere.
Oh, shut up.
ESC clear box.
Shut up.
Text.
I don't know what I've done.